Hey guys! Today I'm going to be sharing with you the perfumes that I wore most in June. I'm going to start with the fragrance that I wore the most out of the fragrances that I wore the most in June. And that is Elie Saab's Girl of Now Forever. This fragrance I did not love when I first tried it. I of course love Girl of Now, and when I got Shine, it was so similar to the original. It just really had like an added pineapple note that I expected this to be very similar as well, and it's not. This fragrance to me smells like the Girl of Now version of Delina. There's something a little sour in this, and I don't mind sour notes. Delina and like L'Impératrice both have this sort of like sour-ish note in them. And this doesn't have any rhubarb, which I think is the common note between Delina and L'Impératrice. This has lemon and raspberry at the top, and I think the combination of those is what is causing me to interpret it as sour. But I think I must have tried this in colder weather when it doesn't really perform as well as it does in the heat. And I have been just dying over this on hot days. I crave it. It's so good. The lemon is not like a sweet lemon. It's definitely like a sour lemon. And I believe there's also blackcurrant and vanilla. And I know there's patchouli as well, but the patchouli is not as noticeable in my opinion. It's still a very sweet fragrance, but it is much less sweet than Girl of Now, and it is a lot less thick and heavy. It's definitely not as like cloying. This I feel like just works in the summer. It's so good. And the bottle totally matches the scent. The color, it's just very like bright and fruity and summery. While we're on the topic of fruity fragrances, this one has been getting a ton of wear from me as well. This is from Juicy Couture. This is Juicy Couture Malibu? Might be something other than that. I definitely know there's Malibu in the name. And this one is like very fruity. I definitely smell watermelon. There's also supposed to be passion fruit, which I don't know if I know really what passion fruit smells like, but if it smells like this, it's delicious. There's also some floral notes. I know there's jasmine. I can smell the jasmine in here. And I actually can't really remember what else is in there, but this is a very light, sheer, fruity fragrance. This is a giant bottle, but it really performs more like a body spray, which is pretty on brand for Juicy Couture. I only bought this because it was this huge bottle and I got it at TJ Maxx for a stupidly low price. And I thought, if I hate it, I'll just give it to somebody else. But I don't hate it. Like, I've gone through quite a bit of it. And I do hate the bottle though. This is just, I think this comes off. Oof, maybe a little bit better. I don't know. I don't know who they're targeting, but it's not me. But I do love the scent. The scent is extremely summery. It's like a refreshing drink. I love it so much. I have two fragrances from FragranceNet subscription service, Purple Luxe. And in the spirit of transparency, they did give me a free subscription, but this video is not sponsored by them. But thank you, FragranceNet, for the free subscription. And I have Jardin de Bagatelle Eau de Parfum from Guerlain and Ivresse from Yves Saint Laurent. Honestly, I love the subscription so far. I've only gotten 2 months worth, but they already have a one-up on other services because you get these little metal cases every single time. So that's nice. I got the year, so it was $10 a month. It's a little bit more if you go month to month, and they do have like an upgrade available if you want more expensive scents or harder to get scents. And it'll tell you on the website, you know, it's like an extra $10 for that month or whatever. But when you're on the site, you can actually remove those higher priced fragrances from the search. And there's a ton of fragrances. There's like almost 400 women's scents, I think. And then obviously there's men's and unisex as well. And I found a year's worth. Like, I already have my little lineup picked for the year. I found mine right away, and you can move them. So like, I changed my mind this month. I wanted Evrest this month instead of, I can't remember what I had before, but I moved it up the line. I changed its placement in the queue so that I could get it. But let's talk about the scents, because that's why you're here. So Jardin de Bagatelle, you can tell I got this in May, and I really haven't used a ton of it. I'm glad I tried it because I do really like it, but I don't think this is something I would wear all the time. I feel like this is a very specific fragrance. And so I think I might pass this on to someone who will love this. And I love that I don't just have to give her this, I can give her the whole dang thing because I'll get a case every month. But Evrest, I love. It smells like a garden. It's like a little sweet. I can't remember the notes. It's like a little sweet. I think there's iris in this. I feel like I smell iris, or maybe it's violet. But there's more than that. It definitely smells like a spring garden. It's so good. It's a little powdery, very floral. Yeah, such a fan of this. I don't know if I'll get a full bottle, although I got this sometime in mid-June, or like I don't know, like around like the 12th. I think they send them out on the 10th. And I've already gone through like almost half of this. And I believe this is 8 mils. But I swear this isn't sponsored. I love that it's labeled, like, so that I know what it is. And then the case is really nice anyway. And since we're on the topic of smelling like a garden, Petite Fricot from Robert Piguet, I don't know how to pronounce last name, I'm sorry. This has become my all-time favorite tuberose fragrance. I love tuberose. I have a ton of scents that feature the note of tuberose, and I have some that I thought were my favorite, but this is my favorite. It is the perfect tuberose. It's not too green. It's not too anything. Like, it's perfect. It's bubblegummy, and like there's a little bit of like that animalic note or feature of tuberose. Oh my God. I am absolutely going to have to get a backup bottle of this because I adore this scent, and it lasts such a long time and it fills the room. This is such a great performing scent. Fireworks. Anyway, we'll talk through the fireworks. Petite Fricot, if you've ever smelled Fricot, I feel like Fricot smells a little dated, where Petite Fricot smells a little more modern and definitely more wearable every day. There were a few rainy days in June, and on rainy days, I love wearing Orange Blossom, and so I wore La Vie Belle Eclat. This scent is so good. In my opinion, it's the furthest departure from the original La Vie Belle. The Orange Blossom is loud and proud, and the notable iris note in La Vie Belle is dialed way back, if it even exists at all in this fragrance. It's so good. This is really sweet and soft. I could see this being a signature scent for someone, or like a really great office fragrance, because I don't think this would offend anyone. But it's very cozy without being overwhelming. And I think that this scent would work in all seasons. I just really enjoyed it on the rainy days. This last fragrance was kind of my, like, I don't know what to wear fragrance. It is from Britney Spears. It's called Private Show. And to me, this smells like a creamy caramel coffee, like a caramel frappuccino, which is very on brand for Britney. This scent is so easy to wear. It's really just like one of those don't have to think about it scents. And this bottle in particular, since it's so small, it works really well in my purse. So if I ever was like out and I just wanted to throw something on, this is what I wore. Although, to be perfectly honest, I didn't go very many places in the month of June because of quarantine. So I've had this fragrance for a while and I kind of ignored it last summer, or I feel like I did this summer though. I think I'm gonna end up using the rest of this bottle just because it's really hitting the spot for me. What I love about it is that it smells like a summer caramel. It's not super heavy and super sweet. That coffee note is very milky. It doesn't smell like black coffee. It smells like somebody put a little bit of coffee into some milk, like a caramel frap, like I said. And I think because I have that like frap connection, it just smells like summer to me. Please leave me a comment down below letting me know what your most worn fragrances were in the month of June. I hope you loved everything that I shared with you today, and I will see you in my next video.